Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do our first 2017 bow review, and this year our first one is on the Elite Tempo. This is a new offering from Elite for this year. This is, we're going to run over the specs on this thing and do like we always do, show you the draw curve, show you everything about this, and we'll show you some close-ups of this and of course me shooting it. So for right now I just want to go over the specs on this thing with you, and there are a lot to cover. This is a 34 inch axle to axle bow, and I love a 33 to even maybe as low as 32 to 35, so this fits right in my wheelhouse as far as ATA goes. Brace height on this is 7 1/4. Again, I really like that. It's good and forgiving. Nice bow for all around. You know, you get a little bit of speed out of that, plus you get shootability out of that as well. Weight on this thing, bare bow, is 4.4 pounds, so nice lightweight package. Draw length on this thing is a little bit different than most bows. This is actually a 28 to 32 inch module based draw length. So for you guys out there that are longer draw length guys, this is going to come in really handy. I haven't seen many bows on the market that go to 32 inch draw length. So that's a really nice feature of this thing as well. So the IBO speeds on this thing, when you have it set up at IBO, which is 70 pounds, 30 inch draw length, 350 grain arrow, it's 325 feet per second. We're going to put it through the chronograph and see how close we get to that spec with our setup. This has laminated limbs on it. It has a multi-layered laminated limbs on here, so it has your bomb-proof Elite limbs on it. It's got the, and this is new, at least to me. I didn't shoot a Elite last year, but it's got the new PALS, and that stands for Perfect Alignment Limb System on here for your limb pockets. So one of the problems with some limb pockets out there is they let your limbs and your cams and everything kind of come out of limb. So this is designed to keep everything in line and everything shooting as accurately as possible. Of course, we have limb savers on the bow. We got limb savers on top and bottom. We got limb saver on the string stop, and I'm sure this string stop is made by Limb Saver as well. We have Winner's Choice strings on here, and these are the BCYX material, so good strings. I have not seen any creep in these strings at all. My peep is still exactly where it was. This has a new finish on it, and I really couldn't find a whole lot of information about what exactly this finish is, but it's advertised. It's called the Rhino Dyes. So imagine it's some sort of anodized process or something like that. This is as advertised as no glare matte finish, and on this black bow there is absolutely no glare to this thing at all. So the finish is designed to be tough. I took my accessories on and off a few times just to try to scratch it up, and it held up fantastic. As far as the finish goes, I couldn't scratch it up or anything like that. The grip on this is your typical Elite grip, and this comes back down to the whole if it ain't broke, don't fix it thing. Elite grip is what I measure every other bow by. When I pick up a bow that I call it's either an Elite grip, which means it's a great grip, or it's not. And the Elite grip has always been really nice, and on this Tempo it is no exception. So we have a 2-track binary cam system on this. We also have an adjustable draw stop on here that is a limb stop. So we've got a good solid back wall on this thing. Back to the Rhino Dyes. The colors on this, it's available in black, it's available in hardwood brown, it's available in olive green, it's available in Extra Max 1, AP Snow, and I'm going to murder this word, KUIU, Camo, Verde, and Vias. So I'm not familiar with that camo company at all, but I've seen the pictures on the website and it looks really, really sharp. So one of the other things that I really like on this too is the Elite Hunt Guarantee. You can check that out for more information on that. It's one of the best guarantees in the hunting industry as far as compound bows go. A couple things I forgot to mention too is the riser cage. The riser cage is this part right here of your riser, and that is designed to add rigidity, if that's a word. It's designed to increase the strength, increase the stiffness and the rigidness of your riser. It's also designed to absorb more vibration. So that is pretty much it on this Elite. Okay, I forgot to mention too, this one has a roller guard system on here. So that's pretty much it on this Elite as far as the specs go. Again, we're going to run it through our chronograph, and we're going to run it through We'll show you some close-ups of this. We'll get your draw cycle curve on this, and of course we'll do some shooting with it. It's getting kind of dark outside, so we'll probably do the shooting tomorrow. So let's get to doing the speed test though. Alright, this is a speed test on the Elite Tempo. This bow is set up at 70 pounds, and it is set at a 28-inch draw length. We're going to be shooting a variety of arrows. We're going to start out with our 350 grain arrow. We have a peep sight and a D-loop on the string. .295. Next arrow we're going to do here is a 380 grain arrow. 285, and we got 287 in the shop before. Next one here is one of my hunting arrows. This is a 425 grain arrow. 273. Last one here is again one of my hunting arrows. This is my hog arrow. This is a 450 grain arrow. 263, that's really good. In this graphic, you can see the draw force curve of the Elite Tempo. You can see how it starts out and builds gradually and then drops off slightly at the end with no big dump. It doesn't have a big hill that you have to get over in the draw force. And like I said, at the end, there's not a big dump off to nothing. It's a nice gradual climb with a nice drop off at the end. Okay, so I'm going to shoot a couple different weights arrows here. This is my 350 and my 380 grain arrows out of this thing. Like I said earlier, we were talking about it, the grip is great. Draw cycle, we put up the draw cycle curve for you guys, but when we get this bow, it builds up pretty fast. It's a nice steady build up to the peak, and I like it because it doesn't just dump off. It's a nice smooth transition to the back wall. Now, when you get to the back wall, absolutely rock solid. I mean, absolutely solid as can be. So, stability is fantastic as far as creep goes. You can relax with this bow and it doesn't want to take off on you. So, really like that. Stability is great. I mean, I love the stability of this bow. Your pin float is to a minimum. You heard there, even with that was a 385 grain arrow. We'll shoot a 350 grain arrow now. Very, very little noise on this bow. No vibration and almost no kick whatsoever at the shot. You can see the bow doesn't want to kick away from me, doesn't want to recoil or anything like that when I shoot. So that's a really, really lightweight arrow, and that thing really does hold steady. It doesn't kick or anything like that. So it's a really nice shooting bow, and because of the stability, the shootability, and the speed I'm getting out of this thing, this bow basically is IBO rated at 325. With my hunting weight arrow, I was still getting around 260. I can't exactly remember what it was. I'm thinking it was as high as 267, so it was really high up there as far as the kinetic energy goes. It's going to be really good for just about anything in North America. The kinetic energy is going to be really awesome out of this bow. So don't let that IBO rating for this thing fool you. This bow is really efficient cam. It doesn't lose a lot of speed whenever you go to lower draw lengths and draw weight. Now, you'll notice on this one I have lowered it down to 65. This is my shooting setup. Bow is absolutely just a pleasure to shoot. Said draw cycle is good. I like the draw cycle. And I picked up this is one of my really heavy hunting arrows. I picked up one of my arrows from the speed test. So here's a heavy arrow out of it, and you'll see how much difference it makes in noise. You can see that's why we use the 350 grain arrow and the 380 when we do our testing, because that big one just takes a lot of noise out of it. As far as tuning this bow goes, I had no issues as far as getting it tuned. I had no issues as far as getting it to shoot even a big broadhead and getting it to shoot it in fly really good. Probably my favorite thing about this bow is the grip. It just settles into your hand really, really nice. Quiet, no vibration, just a really, really nice, pleasurable bow to shoot. And the specs on it, the speed, are going to make this a great all-around bow. You're going to really get a lot of use out of this bow. You can use it for 3D, you can use it for hunting. It's going to be really good at either one. So I think that's all my arrows. Yeah, so you can see there's a good close-up look at this thing. Great looking bow, great design. You can see the riser cage there and the new limb pocket system that we have up front. You can see that rhinodizing on this thing too, and I believe the limbs are the same texture. I don't know what covering is on the limb, but the limbs have the same texture to them, so there's absolutely no gloss or no shine to this bow, and I love that. This finish has proven to be, seemed to be pretty tough considering what I've done to the bow. You can see there, I mean, banging on it with that release, a few little scuffs. I mean, nothing major at all. So that rhinodizing seems to be a pretty tough finish. It's got the setup on here too for it's got your spots on the back that are drilled and tapped. So you got those there. You got spots for your two-piece quiver. Great bow overall. Just absolutely think this is a phenomenal bow to do anything you want to do with. Really happy with the speed test, really happy with the draw cycle, and really happy with, as Elite says, the shootability of this bow is definitely there. This bow is definitely an accurate bow. I have no problems with this bow out to 40 yards, getting any kind of accuracy out of it. So definitely a great bow, great offering for 2017 from Elite. So we'll put a link below. You can go check this out. You can also go check out the Option 6 and 7, which we are going to try do a review on one, maybe both of those bows in the future, so keep an eye out for that as well. And like I said, be sure to visit the link below to go directly to Elite's website and find out more about this Tempo. And be sure to check us out on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. That really helps us continue to make them and continue to do these videos. And please be sure to go to our website if you want to see all of our past videos. They're all there in one big collection, and our website is ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.